Blessings and welcome everyone. Just a reminder before we begin. Your rising sign horoscope will give you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign horoscope may show up, and your moon sign horoscope will give you the less prominent side story that'll also be playing out for this 2-week period. Remember, horoscopes serve best when observed, like a weather or traffic report. You have influence over all outcomes with your thoughts, actions, choices, and deeds. Use the information that presents to help you make the highest choices for the highest outcomes. If you wish to schedule any of my services or like access to more content via my Patreon, follow the links below or go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Virgo. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your second week of March 2021. And just a quick heads up for you Patreon people, the weekly bonus astrology report is up on my Patreon. And so if you want to check that out, you can by opening the down bar below and going and watching. Just keep in mind that it's a bit different, not doing the big long live anymore. I've actually, condensed it down where I just do a report on the aspects, and then I have a list on screen showing where in all signs charts these energies are going to be presenting. And so again, you can check that out by opening the down bar below if you're interested. And in this video, we're not talking about those aspects though. We're talking about a different aspect. We're talking about one that is getting its beginnings this week, and it's going to be with us for a few weeks. And I'm actually talking about Mars, recently moved into Gemini, your 10th house of career, forming a sextile to Chiron, which is in your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, intimacy, big exchanges, Aries. And so we have the planet of action, passion, energy, the divine ascended masculine, and problem solving going to work with the ruler of what one might consider to be unhealed wounds, the baggage, right? The stuff that may have registered on our consciousness somewhere that we need to clear in order to have the best life possible. And with Mars sextile to Chiron from the 10th house to the 8th house, there is something coming through, either somebody who works in your field or somebody who maybe works in the same life path as you, somebody who works in your organization, works at your company, that is actually going to assist you when it comes to clearing a challenge that maybe you have been dealing with, that you may have incurred either through some kind of debt or entanglement with other people, possibly also clearing a challenge that you may be dealing with when it comes to, generating abundance for yourself, right, in a self-employment or supplemental income kind of way. And with Mars sextile to Chiron, it's interesting because I'm feeling like it's challenging a lot of you Virgo people to allow for this solution to happen by way of getting other people involved, and also allowing other people's energies and allowing a bit more of that assistance to come your way. Mars sextile to Chiron is also, however, going to require an elimination of an entanglement that you may be engaged in currently, whether that engagement may be a contract or that engagement be a promise or, again, a financial arrangement of some kind. That being said, this is going to be tough, but it is for the best, right? Mars is not about psychological or emotional fortification. It's about solutions. And when we have Mars in the 10th house giving you an opportunity to step into a higher space, a more abundant space, a more prominent space, we do have to clear things that maybe we have been sharing or we have incurred that maybe we do not want to hold on to anymore or work with anymore. Anything that maybe has been sort of weighing us down or a drain on our availability, our finances, projects or pursuits we may be sharing with other people, or maybe even entire business arrangements we've been sharing that need to be renegotiated or perhaps purged. Get ourselves off the hook. Let this Mars sextile Chiron purge this old issue. Don't worry about trying to wrap it up or put it back together. As we get onto your cards, you have the Ace of Pentacles upright as your central theme of the week. And with the Ace of Pentacles, I'm actually seeing a lot of you Virgo people, yes, getting a whole lot of assistance when it comes to bringing a new sense of harmony, a new sense of function, health, and abundance into all areas of your life. Because whenever we get the Ace of Pentacles, we've got a lot of new stories, a lot of new chapters starting up all at once. And what they're doing is also displacing a lot of dysfunctional or discordant activity, maybe even sometimes people, right? We are displacing a lot of unpleasant or, otherwise maybe, limiting holdbacks that we have been working with so far. Now with the Ace of Pentacles, though, you are asked to pay attention to where you can step it up yourself, where you need to be making the adjustments to your professional surroundings, your social surroundings, who you're choosing to work with, who you're holding space for, what you're holding space for, how you're conducting yourself in all respects. Everything is getting touched up and lifted up. That which cannot be blessed, as I've said before, if it can't be blessed, it's going to have to go. And this is a week where a lot of you Virgo people are being pulled out. It's like, if Cinderella was getting taken away from her stepmother and stepsisters, one would hope she wouldn't try to bring that with her, try and carry it with her to the next thing, or say, no, actually, I don't want to leave. Can you just give this place a spot of paint? We don't want to do that because a lot of Virgo energy is going to be going through renovation, updates, upgrades, and again, this push and command for order and harmony that's going to pay off very fast. As we get on to your material shifts when it comes to your work, your finances, your job, you do have the Ace of Swords in reverse. A lot of you are getting a heads up and a bit of a warning at the same time. And it's about something that we need to be ready to accept. We need to be ready to do and take on that maybe we don't have all the know-how about, all of the or at least all of the information to feel comfortable or familiar with it. Because the Ace of Swords reversed is warning against a missed opportunity. Now, it may be that we might have misjudged something, right? Something that maybe we had a negative opinion of, that we didn't think we could do or we wanted to do when it came to a certain role, a certain way of making money. Maybe with this Mars sextile Chiron, you're getting an opportunity to transfer, get promoted, again, clear something off your plate professionally or financially, but you might not be willing or interested in hearing it out because it almost sounds like it's too much work, or it's just, again, going so far from your normal, you're really uncomfortable. Be careful with that kind of attitude, because that's exactly the kind of attitude that keeps a bad thing going. With the Ace of Swords reversed, I do feel that there may also be something that you get a chance to do that challenges your sense of ethics, your sense of loyalty. I don't see you doing anything immoral or illegal with this, or anything about this being that way. But, when it comes to, say, switching out business partners or, living situations or doing things that might be inconveniencing other people, at least in the beginning, you might have to be okay with getting comfortable doing that every once in a while. As we get on to your communications, friends, relatives, other people in your life, you do have the Hierophant card in reverse. I am seeing a lot of you, funny enough, getting let off the hook for something that you may have taken on, or something that you may be entangled with, engaged with in your community or in your family, in a way that I don't want to say that it's imposed itself on you, but it's certainly interfered. And with the Hierophant reverse, this may be the release of some kind of rule or some kind of contract, or maybe something that you are able to wiggle out of without incurring any kind of loss. And this may be news that's coming from a friend or a relative, or something that's being done for you, done on your part. by a friend or a relative. The Ace of Pentacles upright is like a happy beginning, again, creating a happy enough ending for an unpleasant circumstance that had you bound up until this point. As we get on to your challenge this week, you do have the Page of Pentacles upright, accepting the new, investing in the new. The Page of Pentacles upright is indicating that as a challenge to you Virgo people, it's not like the biggest challenge in the world, but it does indicate that you are going to have to start changing where you put your energy, where you put your money, where you might put your effort, your time and availability, raising your standards and letting your standards be seen to everybody, what people can expect from you, right? And what people need to understand and make it crystal clear. Because the Page of Pentacles is very much a complement to that Page of Pentacles. You're accepting a lot of new gifts. You're accepting a lot of new abundance. You're accepting a lot of, again, new opportunities that take you up a level. Now that actually has to be embraced, that has to be lived, that has to be expressed. And it doesn't have to be in a shallow way. Sometimes it's just about embodying what you are receiving and not taking what you are receiving and just trying to put a fresh coat of paint on something unpleasant or something that doesn't resonate. This week, you're changing where you're putting your focus. Yes, you're raising your own standards. Yes, it's possible with the Page of Pentacles as a challenge. As you lock this stuff down, some folks might feel alienated. As we get on to your relationships with love, romance, partnerships, you have the Ten of Swords in reverse. And, you know, what's happening here, I'm actually seeing, it feels as though there is a chance to get something going that never really either got started or maybe just never really got started properly in love and romance. So I don't feel like this necessarily applies across the board to exes. Maybe in some cases, but I don't want everyone to assume that or project into the comments that, okay? Comment section is not a toilet. The Ten of Swords reversed is indicating here that this may actually be something that you thought you missed out on coming back to you, for those of you who are single and available, right? Maybe somebody or something that never got off the ground, a dating situation, we never really got to official territory, something like that as well also showing up. Or maybe we did kind of get involved, but it was never really a thing. It was more like a situationship. This is something where we actually get to clear a lot of the past and actually do something, or at least, you know, reacquaint ourselves with one another. As we get on to those of you who are currently in existing relationship, the same very much applies, but this has to do with a major goal, an aspiration, or accomplishment that we wanted to achieve as a couple. But for whatever reason, we had to either forego it, turn aside from it, or it did happen, but it did not last. It was not given its proper time. And you're going to get a chance to reacquaint yourself with that this week as well. So that's what I've got for you, Virgo. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.